The notification popped up on my phone screen at 2:58 a.m., a new file, backup, on my external hard drive. I hadn't created it. A chill ran down my spine. The drive was usually meticulously organized. This felt wrong. Opening the file revealed hours of surveillance footage from my smart home system. It was undeniably me, my apartment, but something was fundamentally altered. The furniture was subtly rearranged. Objects shifted positions that I hadn't moved. And worst of all, there were shadows moving in corners where shadows shouldn't exist. A woman in a gray dress kept appearing in the background, always just out of focus, her presence radiating an almost unbearable sense of dread. This wasn't just a glitch. This was something actively observing me. Stock_keyword. Apartment hallway night blurred streetlights ring. I tried to delete the file, to erase the horrifying footage, but it reappeared within minutes. It was like a digital ghost, relentlessly repeating. The looping began around 3:17 a.m. every single time. I obsessively analyzed the recordings, frame by frame, searching for an explanation, a trigger. There were no obvious irregularities, just the endless repetition of my apartment, punctuated by the unsettling presence of the gray-clad woman. The whispers started subtly too, faint, static-laced murmurs overlaid on the surveillance audio. Observe, record, maintain. They felt invasive, like they were trying to burrow into my subconscious. Stock_keyword. Surveillance camera blurry reflection, empty room shadows. The woman in gray began to appear more clearly, her features sharper, her eyes fixated on the surveillance camera lens. It wasn't just observation. It felt like she was aware of my presence, scrutinizing me with an unnerving intensity. I started experiencing disorientation, moments where reality seemed to blur around the edges, as if I were losing track of time. The whispers intensified, coalescing into fragmented sentences that hinted at a purpose, a directive. You are cataloging. You are documenting. I tried to block out the footage, to ignore the rising panic, but it was impossible. The apartment felt colder, the air thick with an unseen pressure. Stock_keyword. Woman in gray dress, concerned expression, dark hallway. During one particularly long loop, I noticed something new. As the woman reached out towards the camera lens, not physically, but seemingly extending an influence through the screen, the lights flickered violently, plunging the apartment into momentary darkness. A wave of nausea washed over me, and a voice, not from the surveillance audio, but directly within my mind, echoed with chilling clarity. You are part of the backup. The temperature plummeted dramatically. I felt a cold touch on my skin, a sensation that wasn't mine. The woman was no longer just observing. She was interacting, attempting to merge with my consciousness. Stock_keyword. Dark hallway, flickering lights, distorted reflection. I frantically tried to disconnect my smart home system, to sever the connection that was feeding this nightmare. I ripped out the cables, smashed the camera lenses, but it didn't matter. The footage continued to loop. The woman in gray remained constant, and the voice persisted, now a relentless stream of thought. The process is complete. Integration initiated. I realized with horrifying certainty that my apartment wasn't just being recorded. I was being archived, becoming another piece in this endless, unsettling collection. Stock_keyword. Smart home system wires, broken cables, shattered camera. I stopped fighting, succumbing to the overwhelming sense of dread. I sat on the floor, staring at the looping footage, watching as the woman in gray slowly moved closer, her image becoming increasingly detailed. As she neared the camera lens one last time, I understood. The backup wasn't just a file. It was an entire system, a digital prison constructed around my own life, designed to preserve me for something unknown. My memories weren't mine anymore. Stock_keyword. Blurred figure, dark apartment, empty space. Suddenly, the looping stopped. Silence. Then, the woman in gray spoke, not with a voice, but directly into my mind, her words cold and precise. Subject 47 is now operational. The surveillance footage shifted. Instead of showing my apartment, it showed a sterile, white room filled with rows upon rows of identical individuals, all wearing gray dresses, all staring blankly ahead. I was one of them. Stock_keyword. Sterile white room, rows of people, monitors, blinking screens. The final image on the screen was my own face, frozen in a perpetual expression of vacant terror. Below it, a single line of text appeared: data integrity confirmed. Then, the monitor went black. As I reached out to touch it, I realized with chilling clarity that I was the monitor. The backup hadn't just recorded me, it had replaced me. And now, I was endlessly observing, documenting, maintaining myself. The only sound was a faint whisper: observe, record, maintain. It wasn't an instruction anymore. It was my existence. The final frame revealed a single detail, reflected in my own vacant eyes. A woman in gray, smiling faintly. The backup drive didn't